and to be here for this is kind of really soft launch, but it's a really kind of beautiful community launch for the Chifley, Greenway and Lindsay campaigns. We have Susan, Damien and Peter, who launched their campaign by sitting down at a round table and listening to communities. And I can't think of a better way to launch a Greens campaign than doing that. And we are really, on behalf of the party, as a Senate candidate, to the three of you, we're really grateful for what you're doing, because this is how we get the Senate vote up, this is how we connect with community, and all three of you are doing a terrific job. So thank you so much, and let's launch these campaigns. Now you can hear from me pretty much any time. I'm kind of on tap. We're really lucky to have Adam here today, and he's been super generous with his time over the last 3 days. We've taken Adam to Newcastle, to Dee Why, to Coleroy, to Bondi. We've had him in the rain, we've had him in the sun. We've taken him out at night, and he's still standing. Adam, this is the last thing we're asking of you today, so thanks for sitting to us with the round table. Adam Bandt.
Thanks all, and can I say it again, thanks for sharing this amazing space with us. It means a lot, and this is where we want to launch these campaigns for exactly the reasons that David said. Today's been wonderful. Today has been, this whole trip has been wonderful because it's reinforced for me, I guess, why I want to be in the Greens and why we want to get the Greens into balance of power. There is a widespread view shared by so many people that something's going wrong with politics, and politics has become about delivering the vested interests rather than just acting in the community interest. And we've actually got a really, really good chance to turn that around this election, because we're sitting there, in less than 100 days, we can see the back of Scott Morrison, which I reckon is a pretty good thing. And
how good is that?
How good is that? Because he is turbocharging inequality, and he's making the climate crisis worse with more coal and gas. But Labor, at the moment, more often than not, on issues like climate, on issues like inequality, is voting with the Liberals rather than voting with us. And what's crystal clear is that we're going to need to kick Scott Morrison out to get any action on making Australia a more equal place. But we're going to need someone there to push the next hop to go further and faster. And they're going to need a hand on their shoulder. And part of your campaigns is why I want to really thank the three of you for sticking your hand up and being part of this and running this campaign. A big part is we've got to lift our vote right across the state to put David into the Senate, because if we do that, and we do the same around other parts of the country, we are going to have the biggest Senate team we've ever had, 12 senators, and that will make us the biggest third party in the Senate ever. And one bit of good news is that if we put ourselves into balance of power, what that means is that the new government can't get anything through Parliament without coming and talking to David first and us, and we'll be able to say, yep, well, we'll work with you, but there's some things we want to talk about too, like getting pension into Medicare, mental health into Medicare, having a proper plan to tackle the rise of the far right and the rise of racism in our society. But the second bit of good news is that, again, if we do our job right and get the Greens into balance of power in both houses of Parliament, we might actually also push Pauline Hanson out of balance of power. And so getting, as I said before, if we get David elected, it'll be a victory. If we get Pauline Hanson out, that'll be national service. So the real reform for the country. So it's a really, really exciting election. But Western Sydney is going to be a key part of it. And I think one of the things that we've learned from today is that when we sit down and have conversations and listen, we find that actually we've got a lot in common with the needs of people here, and it's needs not just to address cost of living, but also to fight inequality and to fight the climate crisis, so people have got a safe place to live. And part of our challenge is actually just getting the message out, because we've said a few unkind things about big corporations, and as a result they don't give us all the money. Not that we take it anyway, but they don't give. So we rely on what you're doing, right? We rely on you campaigning to get the message out. And I think what today has shown us, and what the last 3 days, including going into coal communities to talk about how we transition out of coal, people wanted to chat with us. People wanted to have a conversation, because they know when you sit down and you realise if your Greens candidate has only got one head, and you sit down and have a conversation with them, it's like, oh, actually, I agree with you on 89% of things, and that's part of our job. That's why I'm here, because I just wanted to say, like, on behalf of the national team, thank you so much for being part of this campaign. It's crucial. We really, really want to see Labour there as part of our team in a few short weeks. It's getting down to weeks now. And for you to be able to watch on election night and see the votes in your area having grown and seeing this guy getting elected. So thanks so much for being here.
And I also thank our co-chair who stepped up with almost no notice to do the round table. I thought it was pretty bloody good. I don't know what everyone else thought. And we might just quickly end with a short message from each of our three candidates. And can we go in that order? Is that okay?
Being here today, I'm very thankful and honoured in the sense to hear all the stories of the communities that we represent. Some of the communities that you grew up in and have a lot of experience in mingling with those people. It's very touching to be here in this position in my life now here today, so I can actually advocate for stuff I learned and experienced as a youngster and put on more of a bigger view. I'm lost for words, I apologise, but I'm very honoured to have this position as a candidate for Lindsay, and I'll definitely advocate for better services in the community, many coal people, Indigenous peoples, and a lot of other things as you've heard me speak before, but I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah. Peter, thank you. I'll say that conversation with Peter. Peter is super genuine about what he's one of the most genuine voices. But have you noticed this? He's already becoming a politician. He's still under the spotlight.
Well, this event here has made me really, really excited about what politics can be in this country. It can be on the ground, rolling up your sleeves, really talking to real people. But this is where change happens. This is where we as Greens want change to happen. We want you to change us and policies and everything like that. We don't want to change it to suit the big end of town, the corporates with all the money they can actually afford to buy it. It's you who deserve it, and it's you who vote. You know, you guys are the ones that vote. So if the politicians aren't there for you, they're not there, you can vote them out. It's as simple as that. Like, some kind of miracle, all three of us get in. So it's unrealistic, but it's possible, you know. People vote, corporates don't vote. So if you want it, you've heard of all the policies, you've heard how we can help you. If you want to see real change, vote for it.
Thank you. I personally learned a lot from today. First time I'm doing this, so I learned so much straight from the community. And thank you, Peter, and thank you, Adam, and thank you, David. Thank you for the Black Town Roads. So I'm first time I'm running for the federal, so I have so much to learn from all of you and from other members as well. And I'm still learning. Some of the issues that we already by talking to the local groups, and we found that, and we're going to advocate for it, and we want to make sure that you get involved, and we want your participation, and we will be meeting with our communities to make sure that we engage with them, we understand them. So it's going to be an ongoing process until the federal election, but we are willing to work, and like I said, I'm from a community, and I do my lot of work started from working with communities, so especially with the refugee background, so I do understand the local issues, and I do want to understand more and work with you. So thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for everyone being here, and thank you for all the support.
So I reckon the torrential rain's going to come back in about 4 minutes. Thanks everybody. I hope you got a feed. I hope you found it fulfilling, and I hope you realise we're going to keep coming back.
Yes.
So thanks everyone.
Thank you.
On behalf of my community, thank you all for coming, and Adam, David, and all candidates for coming. Good luck in your campaign. God our support, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we can go back to ordinary mingling.